Tucky for 5 minutes.
Mr. Secretary, let me return to the dissent cable. You said you read the July 13th dissent cable prepared by the career diplomats at the Kabul embassy. And you said you're very proud of that. Is that, again, correct?
That is correct, yes.
And that warning came over 1 month before the fall of Kabul, right?
The cable was, I believe,
July 13th.
On July 13th, yes.
July 13th, so over a month. And the cable warned that the Afghan government was at risk of collapse. And your response was, quote, the thoughts of the drafters reflected much of the thinking of the department, unquote. And you still maintain that to be the case?
The cable did not predict that the government or security forces would collapse before we departed.
Well, but the cable did say the Afghan government was at risk of collapse, and you said that the thoughts of the drafters reflected much of the thinking of the department. By the way, at the exact same time, the Bureau of Intelligence and Research in the department was briefing this committee that the Taliban was moving quickly toward a takeover of the country. You presumably had access to that same intelligence from INR, which corroborated the dissent cable and was alarming to many members of this committee. Do you dispute that?
As we've had an opportunity to discuss throughout these many months, there were ongoing intelligence assessments about the durability, resilience of the Afghan government.
Look, I mean, let's just be honest, Mr. Secretary. These were alarming cables. They were warnings. There were warnings to you. You said they reflected the majority of position of the department. Did you share this intelligence with the President of the United States?
Two things on the cable, Congressman. First, the main focus of the cable was on taking steps to expedite the efforts we were making to bring out the SIV applicants and others from Afghanistan.
And why was that? Because the collapse was imminent. Did you share that intelligence with the president?
It did not say that the collapse was imminent. It expressed.
Well, why did you accelerate the process?
Because it expressed real concerns about two things.
Because we got it too. We saw it too. We knew this was totally avoidable. Did you share that intelligence with the president? Did you advise him for a shift in strategy as a result of this intelligence?
Again, this is not this. First of all, it's not intelligence. It's information analysis assessment. That's very important, coming from our embassy.
INR is intelligence, and the cable was analysis. Did you share it with the president?
The dissent channel, which is an important, very important tradition in the State Department, under its regulations, is shared only with the senior leadership.
You're not answering the question, but I want to know if you recommended a shift in policy, and if not, why not? I want to know if the president contemplated shifting any part of this strategy when it was very apparent that this strategy of unconditional retreat was failing, and it was failing over a month before the fall of Kabul. Let me move on. Bagram, real quick. In April, I warned you not to abandon Bagram. Little did I know the Biden administration would abandon it even before evacuating all Americans, our allies, and advanced military equipment, leaving the world's most dangerous airport, HKIA, as the exclusive point of extraction. Who made the decision to abandon Bagram at that time?
Congressman, as you know, the military was engaged in a drawdown from Afghanistan, and part of that drawdown was moving out of different positions to include Bagram Air Base, which was given to the Afghan security and defense forces.
You're telling me that the military advised evacuating Bagram before you extracted all Americans and the equipment? Or was that a State Department decision?
We certainly did not make a decision about Bagram. The military is charged with doing the planning and the work and any drawdown. And they make decisions. They make decisions based on force protection and the security of our men and women in uniform.
You say that there's nothing the Chinese would have wanted us more than to stay in Afghanistan. Is it your testimony that the Chinese wanted the United States to remain in the only air base in the country with a physical border with China? You think that's the Chinese position, that they wanted us to keep Bagram?
I think the Chinese would have liked to have seen us remain in a re-upped war in which our forces were under attack, in which we were putting more and more forces into Afghanistan.
In which you think the Chinese are separating us You think the Chinese are celebrating us abandoning an airbase, the largest airbase on their border? Come on.
The gentleman's time has expired.
Just be honest. Just be honest. I yield
The
back.
gentleman's time has expired. I now recognize Representative Ilhan Omar